have here, so the case that we have here is the change in height of the tomato plant from germination until the tomato ripens. So this is how the plant or the tomato is gonna grow, the tomato plant. Okay. What do you see? If you're describing this, if you're looking at this, how can you describe this graph? What would you describe? What would you say, Paul? Yeah. Right? So it grows slowly at first, then after maybe 6 weeks, we can say, right? It grows quickly, faster, and then at the end, after about, let's say, 16 weeks, we see a plateau, right? Good. So, if your rate of change, do you see that? When you're looking at the rate of change, do you see that first of all it's increasing, but it's increasing kind of constantly, right? Then do you see that the rate of change is kind of fast, right? So it's 10 centimeter. This means it's 10 centimeter per week, right? Or 9 centimeter per week, or 8.5 centimeter per week, right? And then we see that it starts decreasing, like it's still increasing, but it's not increasing as fast, right? And then we see that at the end it's gonna increase by 0 centimeter per week, okay? So remember that your AROC in this case is centimeter per week, okay? So when you're looking at your number, you're thinking it's increasing by 2.5 centimeter every week, or by 6 centimeter that week, or whatever. Yes.
And again, 5 centimeter by the first week. Like this.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, each one have mentioned which
No, you won't mention each one. Like now the question is gonna ask you, like, determine when the rate of change is in the height is 0. So what is the rate of change in the height is 0? Yeah. So that would be from week 16 to week 18, right? So from week 16 to week 18, you have no change in the height. So that's why the rate of change is 0, right? When is the rate of change in the height is constant? So it's from week 0 to week 4, right? Right? Because what I had to do here is I had to do this and I had to do this. So from week 0 to week 4. Should say week 0 to 4. Because this is going to give you 2.5, right? And this is going to give you 2.5, right? So the constant is going to be between these two differences. When is it changing? So it will be from 4 to 16, you mean, right? 4 to 16. Because it's changing, it starts changing, so basically 10, 20, 40, 58. So if you're looking here, 2.5, 5, 10, 9, 8.5. So that's going to be from week 4 to 16. When is the rate of change in the height the greatest? Between week 6 and 8? The greatest. The change? Okay. When is the rate of change in height the greatest? 6 to 8. 6 to 8, because that's when I got 40 minus 20, I got 20 divided by 2. That's the one that I get 10 for, right? So it's 6 to 8. describe the growth of the plant. So we're gonna have to put all of this in a paragraph. So it grows at a constant rate. Grows at a constant rate from week 0 to 4. Then the growth rate increase. So we see that the growth rate is increasing from here to here, right? And then after that, the growth rate is decreasing. It's not growing as fast as these 3 weeks, right? So looking at the growth rate, it was 2.5 centimeter per week, then 5 centimeter per week, then 10 centimeter per week, but then after that, now it's 9, 8.5, 5.5. So the average rate of change is decreasing, yet the plant is still increasing. Does that make sense to you?
Can we mention the time is the peak?
Yeah, we're gonna So we're gonna say then the growth rate increases for the next 4 weeks. And then the growth rate decreases as the plant reaches maturity. That reminds me of kids, right? You see they're like growing constantly, and then they reach a point where they're like, they sleep, and then the next day they wake up, they're like a different kid, right? Yeah, same thing. Maturity after week 16, the plant stops. Reaches maturity. Yeah. So think about kids, right? They keep growing until they reach a certain age, and we call that like their maturity age, and they're not growing anymore. So if the rate of change is 0, what are you going to see in the graph? A flat, a horizontal line, right? So if you look here, right, in the graph, we see a flat here between week 16 and week 18, right? And that determines that my rate of change is 0. I have no change in my height and my rise, okay? So I'm going to say that the first difference is 0. And then on the graph, we have horizontal line, or a plateau. If the rate of change is constant, what do you see with the first difference? What? Yeah, but like in general, what would it be? The same number. It will be constant, right? The first difference are the same or constant or equal or whatever you want to say are equal. Okay? And then on the graph, what do you see? A straight line, right? You see a straight line. So if you look here, I'm just going to refer you back to this. I had an equal rate of change, right? And then if I look here, this is actually a straight line. Okay, we don't see a curve there. Then if the rate of change is changing, then the first difference are not equal, right? They're changing. So you always see that the first difference and the rate of change, they correlate because they're the same thing. The difference is the first difference is not divided by the y, the rate of change you're dividing by the y. What do you see when the first difference are not constant?